shaky, 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 boom, 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 shaky, 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 boom.
What's up, Divine Babies?
Welcome back to the two-part series of episode 3 with your girl,
Pearl
and Amber,
where we invite open dialogue about infinite intimacies, connecting with oneself and others, the seen and the unseen. But before we get into that, I think that's gonna get played out really quick, but we're gonna use it to
right.
Guys, we're excited for this new episode of the Spiritually Sexy podcast. Your girl Amber and I, our goal is to just learn through trial and error. So be patient with us. We want to thank you all who has subscribed to our YouTube channel. It's slowly growing, but we're grateful. We appreciate you guys engaging with us. Please continue to engage with us. Please continue so we can have open dialogue. We have so many amazing things to look forward to for the future. We already have a bunch of guests that want to be on the podcast, so that makes us super excited to start really grinding down and having those in-depth conversations. Amber and I, we talk constantly, and we're always talking about this platform that we have. And right now, like, we're focused on a lot of humanity. We're focused on a lot of connecting and intimacy and all of that. Obviously, the seen and the unseen, we're focusing on that too. So look forward to that, because those conversations are crazy.
Definitely, I'm really excited about that. That's really our lane.
Right, it's our language.
It's our language.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we do. It's. I get hype about that.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm just excited for the future. Please continue to subscribe. I have one favor to ask you guys, and I ask for the same favor every time. Please hit the thumbs up button when you look at our videos. Hit the thumbs up button, share our videos, and subscribe to our channel. Those platforms as well is growing, slow and steady, right? Obviously, we've been addressing the whole trolling situation. So I'm not saying that our views are getting any lighter, but there's less trolling, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Have you noticed that, Amber?
They got the hint. Oh, you obviously, some people are looking, but at least we can see that they're looking now, right? Like,
trolls are looking, but now we know,
right.
Hey, we know you're looking now.
Right.
So
make yourself seen. Don't wear a mask.
Right. Ooh, we're gonna have that conversation.
Right. That conversation is coming up a little bit later, but
yeah. So this is going to be a 2-part series, episode 3. We're doing this for the sake of our channel to grow. Plus, we already know, like, you guys, even myself, even Amber at times, our attention span.
Yeah.
It's not tensioning. And
yeah.
I'm always these weird ass words, right? Mm-hmm. So it's not tensioning. So we want you guys to just not lose the attention span watching our podcast. So we think that it's best to cut some of the series in half and make it a 2-part series. So look forward to the next part of this. Okay. Today's conversation, today's open dialogue, we're going to speak on, Amber, you want to tell me?
The divine feminine and some other good juicy stuff too.
Right. Well, they're all going to play a part in speaking of, the divine feminine. And when we say divine feminine, just like we say divine masculine, women and men, we both carry this energy.
Yeah, doesn't matter the vessel.
Right. We're not putting that in the box. So we're not pointing fingers. We're speaking on the energy. Okay. So one of the topics that we wanted to address, or just to like have open dialogue about, and Amber and I always have these conversations. And they never get old because some new crap will pop up every day.
Definitely.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But in general, just how we struggle in our sexuality, how we struggle in embracing ourselves as, you know, women, right? I'm sure men also struggle. I'm pretty sure men struggle like really, really hard embracing that aspect and that energy within them.
Yeah.
It's an apocalypse. It's not even like it's not even what do you call that? A pandemic, epidemic.
I thought the zombies was coming, but it's just men.
Yeah, girl. It's an apocalypse when it comes to men learning how to live within their divine feminine. Like, it's y'all, we get it. But when we talk about ourselves, because we are all women, you know, we embrace who we are sexually and everything, but that took levels to get there.
Yeah.
It took your spirit to get here. So how we struggle within our sexuality, within communication pertaining to our sexuality and the things that we need or desire or require.
Yeah.
Religious oppression. Religion has played a big role for generations and generations and generations, and the programming is still embedded within our, you know, elders. And projection that they have projected upon us, you know, and the young, like, well, I feel like the younger generation got way more of a chance than we did. But how they projected fears on even my mom and my dad, you know what I mean? And luckily my mom was a black sheep. She was she broke rules, you know. She definitely had her morals and her principles, but it was Afra's morals and Afra's principles, and she stood on them. That's what's up. Yeah, I'm proud of her for that. You know, my mom and my dad.
That's what's up.
You know,
that's very rare.
Yes, it is. I'm proud of them because, you know, I know that a part of me, I know that there are aspects of me I know come from my ancestors that, you know, work scenes behind me. They have influence on me, the ones that I allow into my space, into my energy field, the ones I work with. They definitely influence me, and they have a big part on why I am so confident and why I stand on my morals and principles as well. And they did the same for my mom. So yeah,
that's really
my dad. Thank you, Amber. My dad, honestly, like, I was a straight up tomboy. And I feel like we talked about this yesterday. I was a straight up tomboy. I did not like hanging out with girls. Like, I had no interest in a younger girl, as a young lady. And my dad, like, he embraced that. He didn't have to worry about me, you know what I'm saying? Like, at all. You know, so, you know, he embraced that. You know, my mom, she also embraced that. They was like, that's who she is, you know. They allowed me to just be myself. They tried to change me for like speaking out of tone, like out of turn, or you know, when I'm not spoken to. But that was kind of the thing that was hard to break with.
The being seen, what is it? Not being, you could be seen but not heard.
Yeah.
Sit at the table and be quiet. The whole, like, I like to say that we were raised like German shepherds, you know, that kind of thing. And I could totally relate to like the tomboy stuff. As I sit here with my Blaze shirt on, I was raised by men technically, so like me trying to understand like my own feminine energy was very confusing, very wonky at the times. Like you said, I wanted to hang around the boy. I wanted to do whatever my older brother was doing, down to what he had on. So I remember going to school and my kicks being fresher than the boys. So, and whatever shoes he would buy himself, he'd be like, okay, I need to get my sister the same one. So it took me a while, probably up until my teen years, where I think my dad was like, wait a minute, I'm doing something wrong. And he forced aspects of femininity on me, but it didn't fit right. It was like putting on the wrong clothes at the time. Like even today, you know, at my age, I don't know if it's like a millennial thing, but I still feel like I'm my teenage self. Maybe not mentally, emotionally, fully.
On the sweatpants.
Yeah. I just don't. Responsibility always, like, and I didn't get into my femininity until my first real relationship and after I had children.
Right. And usually that's when it does kind of like you kind of explore that side of yourself, right? Like that woman side. It's like, oh, okay. Like, oh, he likes me. Like, he likes this part of my body, or he likes, you know, things that we wouldn't think of, like my thighs. Like, oh, you got nice thighs. What? Right.
I didn't even know that's what they were there for.
And yeah, that's usually when it starts to happen, especially with us tomboys. Like, when guys like point out weird things about us, we're like, I would have never thought.
Right. My first boyfriend, I don't know if you guys seen Good Burger. Hopefully everybody should have at some point. I responded to him how Ed responded to Carmen. Yeah, the movie, yeah. How he responded to Carmen Electra, where there's this part in the scene.
Come on, Roxanne.
Ed, can't we just go somewhere and be alone?
What for?
Well, maybe we could talk. Or maybe get to know each other a little better. Now, doesn't that sound like more fun than miniature golf?
No! Come on!
Where she's like, oh, don't you want to hang out with me? Like trying to seduce him over playing miniature golf. And he's like, no, I don't want to do that. Like, what do you mean hang out and do that stuff? So when my first real relationship, we was kicking it in the basement. God forbid he watches this, but we were kicking in the basement at his house, and I thought we was boys, besties, and he was like, no, don't you know the signs? Like, I'm trying to kick it, I'm trying to be with you. I was I said, we was on probation. And I said, we went back to school. I said, don't tell nobody we're together. Don't tell a soul. Because, you know, I got a reputation, which I had no reputation because I was an emo kid. And you know what I mean? I just don't tell nobody because I don't want to deal with the issues that come in. Because he was very popular and I was like, didn't want to be seen or heard.
I get that. So, like, even with, like, religion and oppression when it comes to sexuality, you know, this is I don't want to say religion itself, but the patriarch of religion is the reason why I do not resonate with religion. And, you know, sadly, you know, how it has created so much fear within, like, you know, our grandmas and our great grandmas, even our parents, you know. That's why it's always been it's been very controversial for me when it comes to religion and, you know, the patriarchal part, masculine part of religion. I'm just not here for any of it.
Yeah.
You know, how God bless, I was born here in America, right? But so many other countries that women are struggling to just be able to just be.
I hope
they're meant to be.
I hope what I'm saying is not inappropriate, but my ass would have been stoned. Oh, I would have been stoned because I'm not wearing a skirt to my ankles.
Yeah.
I'm not following it just anybody into BS. I'm not doing that. So there's a lot of pushback when it comes to stuff like that. I think that within those systems, they're meant to teach you how to follow rules. Just like aspects of the education system is more of like
part of it. They're the ones that came up with this whole
grooming you to be a good
and,
servant to the system.
Can't say it. Girl, can you say it with me? Institutionalized.
What? Yeah. And so that's where I kind of struggled. I struggled. My family on my father's side is like long line pastors, bishops, and all of that. And so, although I was a tomboy, I still was looking for the empowerment of women that was missing. Within the different teachings, within that, I just noticed it seemed like we're just there to be an aid, a servant, and I've never been that kind of person where I just want to be,
be of service. Be of service.
Yeah. I would rather be of service in the ways that I can excel rather than be forced upon something in a way that feels like a chore. So that's why a lot of religion doesn't fit with me. I'm a bit of a rebel child, although it's not in my roots as far as Native American, but I like to think I'm, a free spirit like that. So it just doesn't fit like that, especially with evolving. I can't follow a rule that is supposed to be ongoing when I'm not the same person.
We are constantly evolving. And when I was saying service, like school, our grandparents, women, we were raised to like romanticize about these amazing relationships that, you get married, white picket fence, you have a family, you have children, you raise your children, your husband goes to work, takes care of the household. That's what I mean by they raise us to like be of service to the divine masculine, And I can say that. I have a Latin culture on top of my, African American culture, and it's all mixed in, and how we were raised. You know what I mean? The women,
definitely. I think a lot of minorities.
Yeah, even if they didn't tell me that, they showed me that.
Yeah.
Telling me something did not, like, it went through one ear and out the other. It was more, they showed me what
what you're supposed to do. Yeah, as far as like the whole like, oh, you serve him before you serve the children, before you serve yourself, you do this, that, and the third. Me as a parent, I find that very weird. I know it sounds crazy, but like in any situation, I say pick the kids over me. And the fact that there's this whole I'm king, I'm this, I'm that. There's this interesting book, and it's actually geared towards masculine, which I have read and watched. I believe it's called Lover, King, Magician.
Girl, I got that book for my ex. I know.
Yeah, and it talks about like, how do you like want to be a king? When you think about the right aspects of being a king, you're supposed to be leading from behind and making sure everybody's good, unless you want to be living and moving as if you want to be a colonizer and that kind of crap, and we all know how that goes. But you're supposed to be putting yourself in the way of things. And I noticed, I was talking to Pearl about this in a lot of ways where I'm confused. A lot of the times the person putting themselves in the way is the divine feminine of anything. I heard this, I'm sure many of us heard it, about where somebody's baby got stuck under a car and a woman lifted that car off of her baby. The divine feminine, even me, I've been in situations where I myself have protected men. you know.
We
So
are the protectors. Like
mhm,
when you think about the wild, let's talk
mhm.
about like wildlife. Like
Yes.
the women, they're vicious when it comes to
Yeah.
protecting the family.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
unfortunately, men don't know how to accept that because it's almost like you're doing their job, but you don't know how to do your damn job.
Yeah.
You don't want to listen.
It doesn't come second nature, and to me, a lot of times aspects of the nurturing, or even aspects of my masculine energy, I don't need to be told to protect. I don't need to be told to do any of that.
Born instinct. It's called intuition. You can tell, you can feel people's energy. It is a transfer of energy flowing constantly. I can see danger before danger comes.
Yeah.
I said, hey, this is dangerous.
Yeah.
Your job is to protect. But you know, when you're combative, when you're moving from a place of ego and pride, these men, man, it's constant. It's really getting bad, bro.
Yeah, it's weird. We're going into like very, I feel, weird times, where a lot of ways I take my hat off as far to the divine feminine, as far as doing the work, getting their therapy, focusing on them, investing in different things like that. But even with that, I feel like in many ways we don't need a damn TED talk to do it. We don't need all of this extra stuff. We instinctually, morally know to do that. And so I think we're hitting a big disconnect because it's not elevating at the right speed. It's not elevating at the right speed. So now it's like, and they can throw out the whole thing, and I've seen it on social media. Oh, you're gonna die alone with the cats. I at one point in my life was a CNA, and that's not what's happening. The women ain't dying alone. I've seen so many masculine men, like the divine masculine, alone in the nursing homes. Nobody visiting them. And most minorities, I will say this, they don't put their families in the nursing home, and their mothers and their, the women don't go in there. So I just think that the pendulum has swung in the divine feminine's favor now.
We can say that because it's almost like it's backfiring a little bit, I want to say. Because we are giving divine masculine the blueprint. We're giving them the blueprint. And because we're so free-willing when we choose partners and stuff to give you, hey, this is the blueprint. Because we're free-willing to, hey, I'm going to give you the blueprint so that this can be easy breezy. They take that and they mask this energy. They mirror your energy.
I know. It was just getting juicy. But as we promised, you will get the second part of episode 3. We did that intentionally. We're very intentional here at the Spiritually Sexy podcast. So if you guys want more tea, you have to see the second part of episode 3. We are looking for you guys to tune in.
Definitely tune in. It's going to get good. Again, if you have any info, any comments, any tidbits, anything, definitely leave us something,
Yeah, leave it in the comments, guys. Like, again, we're here for the open dialogue. We're here for the healthy conversation, the healthy disagreements. We're here for the healthy debates. All right? Yeah. So tune in.
From all walks of life.
Say that again. I didn't hear that.
I said from all walks of life, all types of people.
Tune in. We love you guys.
Bye.